Hey, what is up guys and girls, my name is Griefdrums, and today we are talking Ready or Not, the new first-person tactical shooter that has just been announced by Void Interactive. I've got the teaser trailer that is running in the background. Now, try not to get too excited about this because it is early days and we have been burnt before. There is very little, if any, actual gameplay footage in this trailer, but the concept of the game sounds amazing, it looks awesome, and just having a quick read through the website, the ideas they are hoping to implement for this game look incredible. You cannot help but draw comparisons against Rainbow Six. This game looks fairly similar, but it has been in development since June 2016. We can all be fairly honest and say that Rainbow Six isn't quite what it used to be. It is now less about tactics and a lot more about who is the fastest peeker. If you can create a large advantage between yourself and your invisible ghost, you can get around that corner before anyone can see you and kill them. And it's a lot more about that nowadays. People prefer the rush tactics, and as it's become more and more popular, it's moved a lot further away from the tactics element. Well, Ready or Not is here to bring it back to that. This is a game in which you can play single player, 8-player co-op, or multiplayer. You can't have a game nowadays without multiplayer. It's very rare that we would even see one. So let's hope that that's going to be done right. But whilst we don't have a lot of news on those specific features, we do have a lot of information on what the gameplay itself is supposed to entail. So as soon as I saw the trailer, I was intrigued like no one's business. I was really excited and I sort of had to rein myself in and say, look, whoa, calm down. It's just a very early announcement trailer. But nonetheless, there are a lot of elements to this game that look awesome. There is going to be an incremental lean system, kind of like Rainbow Six, where you can peek around corners. There is also going to be an incremental door system. What this means is that players are going to have the ability to open doors as much or as little as they want to. So if you want to look out into a corridor before you stick your full body out there and start taking on whoever is out there, you can have a good old peek through first. Because of this incremental door system, it's opened the game up to a lot more kinds of doors. You're now going to have sliding, swinging, and revolving doors. Now, I know your first thought, you're probably thinking, oh, who cares, a door is a door. But features like this are really going to open up different elements and different aspects to the game. If you've got sliding doors, we're probably going to have elevator shafts. But it's just going to be a nice feature that's going to allow more options, and it's going to allow a lot more realism to the game. Rather than just opening a door completely, it's just going to allow you to implement more features. So the incremental door system you're going to be able to manage via the mouse wheel. Now for most people you're probably thinking, mouse wheel, I haven't got one of those on consoles, and that's because this isn't coming to console. By the looks of it, it's only going to be on PC. Predominantly I am a PC player, although I play Rainbow Six on console. So I'm quite happy with this, but I know there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. Initially I thought they may be porting this to consoles and trying to get it over to them, but after reading these new features they want to like sort of implement, I really can't see it happening. There's just not the number of buttons required in order to make this happen. On top of the door system, there is going to be modular speed control. This, I believe, is also going to be controlled by the mouse wheel, but it's going to allow for precise movement in close quarters. So rather than just being able to walk, jog and run, you're going to be able to do a lot more. You're going to be able to exactly manage how fast or how slow you move. There is also going to be a simulated and detailed third-person inventory. As you may be aware, in real life operators wear assault vests or pouches on the front of them, and they keep their ammo in similar sort of places. They'll keep their medkits in the same pouch so that if one person goes down, you can administer their morphine to them and know exactly where to go to get that. This gameplay feature is going to enable people to look at someone else, a different operator on their screen, and see exactly what they're doing. If someone's going to their front left pouch, I know he's reloading. If he's going to his back right pouch, for example, I'm going to know that he is getting his gadget out to do something with that. Things like magazines, grenades, and all sorts of other items are retrieved and returned to their own specific pouches. They're going to have pouch flaps that open and close in synchronization with the players. This is just so cool. It sounds awesome. The bullets and the rounds in this game are going to have a realistic range, drag, and tumble velocity. Calibers and the ammunition types, it's going to affect exactly how it works. An easy way to explain this is that in real life, when you get hit with a bullet, it doesn't just go in through the front and come out through the back in the same place. it may hit you in the shoulder, and as it goes in, that bullet, depending on the caliber and the size of it, can tumble. So it can actually roll through your body, tearing up large sections of flesh and organ, and it may actually hit you in the shoulder and come out through the right hand side of your ribs. You never know what's going to happen with a bullet, and they are designed to cause as much damage as possible. The higher the caliber, the less likely this tumble is to happen, but this is going to be included in the game. Because of the realistic bullet dynamics, they're also having bullet penetration, ricochets, and deterioration of rounds. Things like less than lethal rounds are going to be unlikely to penetrate, but can sometimes still kill depending on how close you are. It looks like a lot of detail and a lot of effort is going into this game. There's going to be a responsive damage system and effect, so if you get hit by a bullet in the leg, for example, it's going to slow you down. If you get hit in the arm, your accuracy isn't going to be as good. And if you get hit in the head and you somehow manage to survive that, which is possible, you're going to be pretty hazed and disoriented, and your vision's not going to be what it was. As I continued scrolling further and further down, I got so excited the more I read about this. Visceral gore is going to be in the game. So if you get hit in the arm, a nice big hole is going to appear on your arm, or small hole depending on what's happened. But you are then going to leave blood behind. So it's obviously going to be dripping, and then if you go and touch a wall with your left arm by accident, it's going to leave a smear behind. If you get hit in the ass and you sit down near a couch or you rub up against some sort of material, that blood is then going to seep into that material. The devs want the deaths to mean something in this game, so they've got a visceral gore. They want it to be impactful, and they're committed to providing an experience that is supposedly like no other. In the future, they do plan on implementing an entire bodily destruction system, which means if you take a shotgun at someone's leg, that leg is not going to be there for much longer. As well as highly detailed items, weapons, characters and environments, they are fully supporting competitive servers based on the Amazon GameLift API. This pretty much just means that the PvP is going to be competitive as hell. As I mentioned at the beginning, there is going to be 8-player co-op, which I'm really excited for and looking forward to, and a single-player campaign, which Rainbow Six was really lacking in my opinion. All missions are going to begin with the tactical analysis and planning phase, and they're allowing teams to do things like shut down power grids, blockade entrances, create and choose new entry points, and spawn unique devices including things like ballistic shields, heavy rams, telescopic ladders. This game looks so cool. If they can keep their promise of what they've announced here, I cannot put into words just how excited I am. This is the game that Rainbow Six should have been, and it's the game that Rainbow Six unfortunately just isn't anymore. Obviously I'm going to be continuing to play it because I am still enjoying it, but I have been really missing this sort of a tactical game, and it's something that I cannot wait to get my hands on. Obviously no platforms or release dates have been officially announced, but seeing as the site mentions so much about the mouse scroll wheel, I cannot see this coming to console. The trailer itself, although it doesn't contain that much gameplay footage, because this is on the Unreal Engine, I wouldn't be surprised if this is what it does look like in the final iteration. Are you excited for this? Do you think it looks good? Or do you think it's just a hard copy of Rainbow Six and it's not going to be any different? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. I will try and keep you up to date with all the information as and when I find it out about this game. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that thumbs up. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.